He's got the classic Mini and a Ducati 916, a 900 SS, and an 848 track bike. And the photos were quite juicy.
The photos were great. But what's interesting is, that's the fun stuff. That's the I am a petrol head. Okay, I'm going to go British for a second. He has an Ioniq 5N, and he thinks it's amazing. We have a video of the Ioniq 5N coming up in a little over a week. I cannot wait to show you that, because we had a really interesting piece and discussion where we try to kind of place that in the market and in our mindset, and we actually put it with a Ferrari, and it will all make sense, I swear. But it was a very cool piece. That's coming. So we have our Ioniq 5N review coming, and I can say that I can agree with him that as EVs go, there's something special going on there with the Ioniq 5N. But think about the contrast here. We have the ID3 Volkswagen, which is an appliance, and then we have the Ioniq 5N trying to be fun. They're both leased EVs to be their dailies. That ID3 has been perfect for her. He loves the N, he hates to give that up, so this is where the dilemma begins.
Sensible Math says buy the ID3 out of the lease. Payment, full buyouts looks like 16 grand, somewhere in there. He says pretty much the used value for an identical car, but that's no fun.
You are one of us. Absolutely, yes.
Says Enthusiast Man says it would be better to put 13 grand towards a lightly used Alpine A110.
Yes.
We like that a whole lot better.
Keep in mind, not because a used Alpine A110 is 13 grand. We're putting it toward that car, which is probably actually costing about 55. He said, now knew they were 80, so he saved a bunch of money. This is car person math right here. I love it.
All the Chris Harris reviews, all the Top Gear reviews we've ever seen, it's always not to 60. This is not too poor, not going to have any money left.
But I agree with you. Why buy out the ID3 or buy another car for 15, 16 grand when you can put that toward an Alpine A110 and everyone's happy? The ID3 that she has, she actually really likes it, and even the ID4 feels too big to her. So the concern is the Ioniq 5N, which I have to say this real quick. If you look at the Ioniq in any trim, it looks like a small hatchback. It is not. That is a much bigger car if you stand beside it than you think when you see it in photos.
The internet claims it's an SUV. I still think it's a hatch.
It's a hatch in
right
look.
in between.
It's a hatch in look, but in scale it is bigger than it appears, which is very interesting.
Really big.
What he's thinking is, what if the ID3 goes away? And since he loves the Ioniq 5N and his wife likes EVs, what if she gets the Ioniq 5N? And then he takes what they aren't spending on the ID3 and puts it toward, not buyout, toward the used Alpine A110. So far, I am 100% with you on this, Martin. The problem is that every now and then she's going to decide that the Ioniq is too big for her. Which point he's saying she could take the A110 on those days.
He says the sensible choice is don't try and make the second daily too interesting. Simply roll over the lease to a new ID3.
That is the sensible choice.